Well, hello there, Scorpio. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So, today we are going to do your September general tarot reading. So, we'll take a look first at the overall energy with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or areas of resistance, and of course, advice from Spirit. All right, let's jump into it. Let's see what is on the horizon for you. Gates of triumph, success expands in your life. Wow. And koala spirit. And spirit has a plan. Wow. Look at all of that purple there. Very much spiritual energy, seventh chakra, understanding that you may have even allowed yourself to use your intuition in order to guide you to this triumph. It's kind of like, I'm not saying that you haven't worked hard or anything, Scorpio, but this is almost like truly allowing yourself to manifest, right? Manifest what it is that you want without overworking. And here you have the fear, and then you have the consciousness of lack. Are you almost fearful that it's not going to happen for you? It's so interesting because it's kind of like, you have man holding a heart. You're anxious about this. And then woman holding a heart and cornucopia. This definitely has something to do with some type of a relationship. Because you have relationship all over this. So this could be a romantic partner, it could be a family, it could be a friend member, it could be friends in general, okay? Connections are really coming into play here, okay? So we have the king and the queen of cups, if you will. This is the energy of finding that true connection, or having a deeper connection with somebody that's already in your life. There's this energy where you know that this can be, right? Either if you haven't met this person yet, it's the energy of you're getting closer. Like, you can just sense them, right? It's almost like you haven't met them, but you just know. There's almost this sense of knowing. They're in the vicinity almost, right? And yet at the same time, there's times where you're starting to doubt it. Yeah, you're kind of attached. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, right? Kind of attached. The cornucopia with the Queen of Pentacles is the energy of material things, okay? The cornucopia is also joy, happiness, love, but there is the sense of kind of like almost like choosing. There's almost this sense of wanting to choose, right? Because the Queen of Pentacles is, somebody that's really, you see she's holding the coins there, right? It's kind of like focusing on the financial aspect of your life, the financial stability, perhaps, of your life. And the Queen of Cups is very intuitive, very much your energy, very much more in line with living her life from her heart instead of living her life from goals of financial reward. It's almost like you're choosing, because you have the gate, the garden and the gate. It's kind of like, I feel like for some of you, maybe you had the bigger career or something, and maybe that did bring you success, but it's kind of like that saying that if you climb the corporate ladder, and you get to the top, you realize that ladder has been leaning against the wrong building. It's kind of like, okay, maybe you did have that financial success, but now you're understanding there's more that you want out of life than just being able to hold a lot of coins or what the coins can buy you. And it's not like, it's kind of like, oh, well, you can be either the prince or the pauper. It's not that. It's the energy of trying to find more balance in your life. Perhaps even finding time for relationships, more time for relationships in your life. Yeah, you're showing up. The Pluto energy here, your energy, Scorpio energy, the Death card. Understanding that something has to end. You've been holding yourself back in some way, or allowing something in your life to hold you back. It's time to walk towards what makes you really happy. Yeah, you're seeing clearly. It's almost like you're getting, some type of clarity about how you want to, well, you are the transformation, right? You are the king and queen of transformation. This is understanding you want something different in your life, and you're allowing the wheel to turn in your favor. I think for some of you, your gates of triumph, what you would consider your gate of triumph, is actually different than what it could have been. They have the number 35, 3, 5, 8 years ago, somewhere between 3 and 8 years ago. And that's kind of interesting, right? Because Pluto was your ruler. Pluto was, it was in your third house, okay, since 2008. It moved into your fourth house earlier this year, but it's in retrograde right now. So it's back into your third house for a little bit of time. And that could be why you have this kind of you may be going through this period for the next 6 weeks or so, maybe even through Scorpio season, of trying to figure out what it is to really have balance in your life. We need financial resources, right, to enjoy life. But it's also about understanding, is it all about the resources, or is there something about, sometimes when I think about it, some of the most fun times I ever had with people, we weren't even spending money, right? You start giggling about something, or, it's just the energy of just being together. It doesn't have to cost anything, and just being together, you can have a lot of fun. And I think that there's something here that you're kind of changing, right? The consciousness of lack, that there's been something lacking in your life, and you're kind of understanding it's love. Not that you haven't experienced love, but it's kind of understanding. You have the Chariot card here, Cancer energy. You have Cancer, you have Libra, you have your energy showing up. Lots of water here. Lots of water. Understanding that, let's clarify this. It's almost an energy of, and it's so funny because almost all the readings so far have been about, Pluto is trying to clean this out for you. Third house is about communication with other people. It's also sibling energy, okay? And so it's back into your third house, but it'll go back into your fourth house. It's almost like, wow. And then you have the Tower. This is understanding that, okay, I feel like you did at one time, either you or you could have had somebody in your life. Okay, the Emperor it can represent people, especially males, but it doesn't have to be, but controlling, right? The decision maker. The one that holds the purse, right? The money maker, the money decision maker. And yet, at the same time, you're seeing how being in that position can really end other relationships when we're controlling. I'll give you an example. I had a good friend that I'm a retired teacher. So she was a teacher, and then she wanted to become a principal, and she became a principal. And when she was a teacher, we all had a lot of fun together, right? And then she became the principal, and all of a sudden, it changed the dynamics, right? I mean, she really couldn't enjoy going out to dinner with us or anything because she was at a different rank, right? It was just kind of awkward. It was kind of like, yeah. And she kind of ended up, and when I talked to her about it once, she was like, yeah, it's lonely at the top. I feel like that's what you're kind of understanding. Maybe you've had to live through this, or you've seen somebody have to live through this, right? It's kind of like understanding Chariot energy again. So it could be dealing with a Cancer, but it doesn't have to be. It's kind of like understanding it's lonely at the top. When you're sitting on top of a pile of money, it's kind of like people are going to try to take advantage of your money, or people are, you're constantly trying to protect your money, whatever it is. People, I don't know. And it's not that you can't have the money. I think that's what you're understanding. I want more balance in my life. I don't want it to be just about how much money can I acquire. It's also about how are people going to remember me? Are they going to remember me because of my bank account and the things that I acquired? Or are they going to remember me for the loving person that I am, right? And kind of like allowing yourself to have the financial resources bring you the experiences that you want in life, but not allowing it to define you. Because I feel like that's part of what you're experiencing here, right? You have this tower here. You have the star, the Six of Cups, you have the Queen of Wands, and the Tower. It's almost like understanding. This is something that maybe even from childhood, right? You could have acquired this energy of acquiring financial things, or climbing the corporate ladder, or whatever, or being the one in charge, being the entrepreneur, whatever it is. And it's not like you're giving that up necessarily. It's that you're wanting to soften it. Really interesting energy. Yeah. Because your advice here is, it's all about connections, right? It's kind of like, I want those heart-to-heart connections in my life. You're understanding that, yeah, it's kind of like money can be here today, gone tomorrow, right? It's the love that gets you through all of that. And then you have the strategy. How do you bring your life back into balance? Yeah. Really interesting energy, because Pluto is moving into your fourth house, and fourth house is all about home and family. And that's why I'm kind of wondering if, you put a lot of emphasis on your career or making money, being an entrepreneur, whatever. And now what you're understanding is you want more balance in your life, especially with Pluto going into your fourth house. It's like, I want to create that happy family environment, that happy home. I can't remember. I think it was Libra. Had somewhat of a similar reading. It was Libra. Had somewhat, and Libra is definitely showing up here. Had somewhat of a similar reading in that theirs was about having to overcome the competition, perhaps with siblings, and how that played out in their life. That energy of competition among siblings at a young age that carried out and affected their adult life. It's kind of like, I feel like for you, you're perhaps understanding how acquiring money or being in control, right? Something like that has, affected your adult life. And what you're wanting to do is to just kind of like balance it out. It's not saying you can't be in charge, or you can't have the material things that you want. But it's about, that's not your identity. You're wanting your identity. You want to be, there's something here about wanting to be known, to be loving, generous, kind, compassionate towards others. The Emperor is not, right? The Emperor is kind of like, yeah, decision maker, money maker, but emotionally withdrawn from the other people around them. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, it's beautiful. I feel like you're having the strength and the courage, right, to choose a different path for yourself. You could have grown up in a family where it was an emphasis was on making money, or you thought that your own value was based on how much money you can make. This is understanding, no, wait a minute, I have a new way. There's a new way I want to live my life. I want to live from the heart. I want to live towards this energy of what is your true Nine of Cups. Your true Nine of Cups. That's why I think your gates of triumph has changed. I feel like you went and you made the money, or you had the career or something like that. And I'm not saying that you're giving that up. Once again, it's the energy of shifting your perspective to what is your priority in life. And I think you're understanding a pile of money doesn't help you to be warm and cozy at the end of the night. It's kind of like, yeah, I want this. I want that heart-to-heart connection. Yeah, it's really a beautiful message. I would have to say, the messages for September have been really lots of towers coming out, right? Lots of epiphanies. Towers are about epiphanies. Seeing that there's something else that you want for yourself and deciding to go in a little bit of a different direction. Reprioritizing is more the energy. Yeah, let's see what this is. And Scorpio, I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. What are the dominant emotions that run my life? How do you feel your day? Stress or joy, trust or anger, anxiety or peace? We have only today, right now, the journey. No goal. No destination will bring us the feeling we seek, but when we begin filling every day with that which we value most, we will attract more of it. This is fulfillment. Yeah, I feel like you haven't felt fulfilled because it's just kind of like you had your ladder leaning against the wrong building. This is the energy of understanding. Wait a minute. How do I want to spend my day? Do I want to spend my day right? Controlling other people, controlling money, making big decisions, right? Maybe there's part of you that enjoys that, but you're also understanding, wait a minute, I want to have these relationships. I want to also have time for the things that I enjoy in life, and allowing yourself to figure out what that is. Because Scorpio, a lot of times when we put our focus so much, if you're resonating with this, focus so much on producing, that's very much divine masculine energy, producing things, producing money, making decisions, telling other people what to do, all of that. That's divine masculine. Do, right? When we allow ourselves, this is very much the divine feminine energy. When we allow ourselves to step into this energy, this is the loving energy. This is connections energy. This is having conversations with people, right? Not just asking them, hey, how's your day? This is actually stopping and talking to people. The Emperor doesn't like to do that. It's kind of like, oh, how was your weekend? Okay, let's get to work, right? This is having conversations with people, getting to know people on a heart-to-heart connection. Yeah. And I think that is what you are really and truly wanting at this time. Yeah, beautiful energy. All right, Scorpio, I am going to leave it there. Wow, this is I'm really excited because out of all the readings, this one is really so far the best, because it's just a shift in what it is that you really and truly want, and allowing yourself to dream about what that is, right? Yeah, redefining. Transforming. Once again. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Much love to you, Scorpio. I do love you so much. Thank you so much for all your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.